what it is. It's really funny how coincidences happen. Just this week during my streams, I was asked by one of my viewers, "Yo, Ktsu, what's your top 3 visual novels?" It kind of came out of the blue. And oof, it's a hard question, but if I had to choose, and you know, maybe keep it 1 per developer so we can have a little bit more variety, then it would definitely be Mahotsukai no Yoru first place, not even a competition, Love alternative, and then probably Saya no Uta or Higurashi no Naku Koroni. Or for the Western audience, Song of Saya and Higurashi When They Cry. And the latter one, Higurashi, it really made an impact in my, you know, late teenagehood. And maybe just as much as the Type Moon works that I'd never shut up about. And the coincidence that I was talking about is that I never really knew what the creator for the series, Yukishi07, had been doing, except for Kikonya right now. But earlier this year, like last month, I was hit with a huge nostalgia blast for Higurashi, and I don't really know why, but I started reading the visual novels again. I mean, last time I read it, we didn't even had the updated sprites that we got from the PS3 version of the game. So you know what? For me, it just felt like as good time as any to revisit Hinamizawa again. Even though whenever Rika's on the screen, I just, you know, switch it back to the old one because it's so freaking cute. And long story short, it's been a blast. I'm still amazed at how a visual novel with no voice acting, no special scenes at all. Like really, you have to imagine almost everything that is being written right there, especially the most shocking scenes. It still managed to hold up, keep me immersed and invested as it did in the past. And then right in the middle of this, last Friday, I woke up to know that the new Silent Hill will have the man, the myth, the legend as the main scriptwriter. It was insane, and admittedly, I'm not that much of a Silent Hill fan, but never because I didn't like the games or I thought the games were bad or anything. It's just because, you know, I'm too much of a pussy to play horror games sometimes. However, I did play through 2 with a friend, and it was his favorite game, and it was an amazing experience. And I also did play PT when it came out because it was supposed to be, you know, the second coming of horror games. And let me tell you, man, PT gave us the worst blue balls case in a while, dude, and it's been going for what, 11 years now? And then Kojima leaves with all our hopes and dreams in tandem. And then they put out that other teaser game, like I think last year, which, you know, And then I just felt like, you know what, maybe this series really isn't going to be for me anytime soon. But let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm pretty sure there's a big, at least niche part of a fan base on the internet that definitely agrees with me. I feel like Ryukishi is one of the best, if not the best possible guy to substitute Kojima here. And just look at this. They had to say that the game is incredibly fucked up. I don't know about you guys, but for me, this is at least good indication that they're giving Ryukishi creative freedom to write whatever the frick he wants. I mean, his works never were meant to be for everyone. I guess you can put it that way. But at least to me, seeing this thing over here is a huge plus. Another cool thing to think about here is that, at least in contrast to the last story that we got from Silent Hill, which seems to take place in a more modern times, like, you know, current to where we're living at right now, this one takes place in the 1960s. And Ryukishi loves these stories that take place, you know, a little bit farther back in our time, like in a simpler time. Moved by detective murder mysteries such as Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, Ryukishi decided to create his Dojin Circle 7th expansion and made his own murder mystery, Higurashi no Naku Koroni. Oh yeah, that reminds me. You know what inspired them to create the circle in the first place? I'll give you one wild guess. Yeah. Shinokurasu, baby! Anywho, Higurashi takes place in the early 80s. You know, a time where cell phones really were not a thing in a remote rural village in Japan. Hence, welcome to Hinamizawa. And the reason why I bring this up is that, at least to me, a lot of the genius of Ryukishi's writing revolves around the fact that in settings such as this, the atmosphere is perfect for creating murders and conspiracies that can kind of be covered up by attempting to appeal to supernatural causes. Since, you know, if nobody saw the murder and it's well crafted enough to kind of look like a curse or witchcraft, then nobody can really deny that that's not what happened. You know, except, you know, for logical skepticism. But you still need proof for that. And it's something that kept going even in his other popular works like Umineko. And it's crazy how from the get-go, from the beginning of his stories, he makes the main characters tell you, like, dude, this is not something supernatural, that it has to be actual humans behind this. And yet, even if you also think so, as you experience the scenario, you will, in fact, start to think, you know what, I guess it is just a ghost, it is just a curse, I don't know. And it's great because the whole deal of the experience is supposed to make you kind of try to figure out how in the heck they actually made that happen. To finally find the truth behind the incidents. Dude, Higurashi is one hell of an experience, I'll tell you that. And personally, I feel like this style of writing is perfect for something like Silent Hill. Not just that the guy's a legitimate fan of Silent Hill to begin with, but that he is free to use whatever he wants. Drugs, hallucinations, mental breakdowns, multiple personality disorders. Dude, he's gonna use all of that and more. And I think it'll be amazing in Silent Hill because you're just never going to know what is real and what is not. Plus, if he's actually allowed to do whatever the heck he wants, then it will be one plot twist per 5 minutes, dude. But the biggest reason why I wanted to talk about this also is that I'm a 7th expansion fan, and even though I was never that much of a big Silent Hill fan, boy am I excited for this. And who knows, if I love this, then what's gonna keep me from trying to experience the things that came before it? I think this is a great thing, not just for this game, but for the video game industry, and I really wish we could see more of this. I don't know, man. Give me a Zelda that's directed by either, Hideki Kamiya or Yoko Taro, dude. Or could you imagine? Final Fantasy written by Kinoko Nasu? I know, those are never gonna happen, but a guy can dream, can he? At least we got this. Who would have thought that Yuki would make a Silent Hill? But yeah, I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. If you liked it, consider giving your boy a like and subscribe to help us out, man. We're a small channel right now, so it really, really helps. And tell me what you think in the comments. And if you want to talk to me personally, then check out my live streams. My times are in the description. With that being said, I've been your boy Ktsu. We're signing out.